That mobile phone in your pocket takes pretty decent photos, so no need to get a separate camera for your travels, right? Actually, wrong. The latest point-and-shoot cameras are still smarter than smartphones, and have loads of fun options, and easy-to-use settings good for amateurs and pros traveling light. And most can now wirelessly pair with your phone to get those snaps out quick on social media. But how easy are they to get to grips with, given that no one wants to spend their vacation with their nose in a manual, bamboozled by jargon? I played with each of these cameras for a week to create reviews based on how easy it is to learn to use them quickly. We've not done any editing or toning, just cropped them to fit CNN's format. There's also some loss of quality caused by optimizing them for the internet. Luckily, next rain-seeking purists can drop an extra $550 for a Leica VisiFlex high-res viewfinder. The camera comes with a generous 3.7 touch screen, swipe left for video, that performs most tasks with the simplest of taps. Hooking up to Wi-Fi proved less simple than other connect-out-of-the-box cameras. I needed extra guidance from a Leica rep who guided me through the tricky every second counts process. So what are you paying the big money for? Well, that Leica name tag isn't just there to make other photographers envious, it's a guarantee you're getting one of the best performing compacts available. I tested the camera at ISO 50,000, and while there was noise, it was much less than expected. Verdict: an instant fashion statement that also produces fabulous photographs of the beautiful people it will inevitably attract, even if you need lightning fast reflexes to connect to Wi-Fi. with London landmark Big Ben's face hidden by renovation scaffolding, I zoomed in on the clock tower's rooftop at 60x instead. The resulting photograph was PhotoShop.the. Still image scene guide was fun to play with, not least for the amusing names such as soft image of a flower which delivers exactly what it promises. There's also cute dessert, bright blue sky, glistening water and glittering illuminations perfect for jazzing up Christmas tree lights. These glitter and glisten filters seem to be the latest fad, but they're cool. I used them on a night scene, and was rewarded with a shot of London taxi sparkling, as if it had been jet washed with liquid silver. The handheld night shot mode made creating glorious long exposure streaks of light easy, adding ethereal light trails to Halloween trick-or-treaters. The built-in Wi-Fi allowed the shots to be emailed to proud parents in the time it takes to unwrap candy. It isn't waterproof, but this camera isn't scared of grey, drizzly conditions thanks to its sunshine creative control mode that adds a splash of bright daylight to the gloomiest day. Firstly, its impressive art mode adds brooding atmosphere to an inspiring landscapes. The only real issue? The positioning of the flash just above the grip, for me at least, meant I accidentally covered it up with a finger when shooting one-handed. Verdict: amazing performer for its price bracket that will suit impatient photographers who prefer to throw on a sunshine filter rather than wait for the clouds to part. The camera comes with a top-quality interchangeable 16-50mm lens that needs to be swapped if you want to zoom beyond its focal length. That meant I could zoom in tightly on BigBen.you, could do this with the interchangeable 5200mm lens, which costs a couple of $100 more. Fuji's program mode tended to slightly overexpose, but nothing that couldn't be fixed in post-editing. Night mode paired with advanced anti-blur created a super sharp and colorful evening city scene. Intricate detail, or macro, shots can be taken as close as 7 centimeters, 2.6 inches, and are incredibly sharp. Low light shooting was great, even set to ISO 3200 for gloomy conditions. Digital noise was minimal. The camera's auto-white balance was not exactly accurate, but the rosy hue it gave to the blue light on the girl and computer photo was pleasing. The camera easily pairs with the simple-to-use Fujifilm camera remote app. Pics can be edited on the back of the camera and quickly sent to your phone for Instagram or Facebook uploads. Verdict: it might intimidate an absolute beginner, but it's perfect for gadget freaks who enjoy experimenting with features and options. Specs: 16.3 megapixels, 3-inch tilting LCD monitor, Full HD 1080p video recording, built-in Wi-Fi, extended ISO 25600. Up to 6 FPS shooting, eye detection off and portrait enhancer, XC 1650mm f/3. 5.6 OIS2 lens. It's good in the cold too, shooting up to 10 degrees below freezing. The 5x optical zoom gives a surprisingly sharp image for such a small lens, but also goes wide enough to shoot the Houses of Parliament in full. Incredibly, you can get as close as 1 centimeter in macro mode. The camera automatically exposes in tricky lighting situations and performs admirably in low light and at night. Please scroll along the bottom of the screen to help identify the right functions. There are also themes and filters to play with. You can shoot a photo and the camera will automatically duplicate the shot and add themed filters. Sending that selfie to a phone is a little tricky, with Nikon's Snap Bridge app proving fiddly to set up, but there's an online guide available for download. Once up and running, it uses Bluetooth and or Wi-Fi to transfer pics or act as a remote trigger. Verdict: versatile all-rounder for adventurers who embrace extremes and eschew the manual. Specs: 16 megapixels, Nikon 5x optical zoom lens, 24-120mm, 35mm equivalent, 3-inch LCD monitor, waterproof to 100 feet, shockproof to 7. 9 feet, 4K/30p video recording, Snap Bridge, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, GPS, ISO 6400. Shooting up to 7 FPS, built-in LED light, smart portrait mode, glamour retouch. Craving a weekend away from social media or the delayed gratification of old-fashioned film photography? This sturdy shooter, descended from cult Soviet-era cameras, has minimal settings and rudimentary focusing capabilities. A ruler is recommended if you are unsure. It operates fantastically in bright sunlight, producing crisp, color-saturated photographs. For my London tests, it was a great day, and I wasn't using a flash. But so long as you're not making a direct comparison to digital cameras, the results are pleasing. The photos have an antique, wistful look, especially those taken with citrusy toned X-Pro film. My selfie composition wasn't award-winning, but the shots were accurate enough, and multiple exposures were easy to make. Firstly, the lens was wide enough to fit all of the Houses of Parliament in the frame from across the Thames River. It took just under 2 seconds to start up the camera for my quick draw test of a horse guard, but the results were still sharp and well exposed. Similarly, the detail mode had great results. Sony's Play Memories app easily downloaded photos via Wi-Fi to my mobile. The app also works as a remote for hands-free shooting. Helpfully, it also contains the user manual. Low-light shooting tests in manual mode weren't that impressive, with lots of digital noise at ISO 3200, 125, f3. The Sony's superior auto mode does noticeably better, capturing multiple frames in tricky lighting conditions, but processing for multi-frame images is slower. Using the night scene mode on automatic proved more impressive. Handheld, the camera delivered a sharp background and streaky lights from the passing cars. Sony has clearly abandoned photography jargon for the amateur, and has titled its scene modes Gourmet, Twilight, Sunset, Fireworks, Soft Skin and so on. Revit, an understated lightweight workflow that is sharp, reliable, and can automatically do the job for you. The 40x optical zoom lens equivalent to a 24-960mm has a vast range to cover everything from wide vistas to close-ups of birds flying high in the sky. When pushed to its limit in telephoto or macro, the resulting images are much sharper and clearer than expected. For the quick draw testing program mode, the camera got the exposure spot on. It performed equally well with the backlighting test. For selfies, the sturdy 180-degree movable screen is good enough to trigger a smile. In self-portrait mode, the pop-up flash activated, filling the shadows without harshness. In this mode you can also choose varying degrees of exposure brightness, background efficacy and skin smoothing. Canon's Camera Connect app proved intuitive, switching between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth when needed. There's a fun multiple image mode which simultaneously records 6 images for each shot, varying the filter effect and framing. The nighttime city street image was also grainier and blurrier than other cameras in similar conditions. The camera took its time processing the images too. Verdict: a reliable 20 megapixel compact that's easy to use in a wide range of situations, has full HD video capabilities, and takes high quality photos in manual or automatic modes. It's not for a night owl, but it'll fit nicely in your backpack. Specs: 20.3 megapixels, Digic 6 image processor, 40x zoom lens, 24-960mm, 35mm equivalent, 3-inch 180-degree tilting LCD, Full HD 1080p video recording at 60 fps, intelligent image stabilization, built-in Wi-Fi with NFC and Bluetooth, ISO 3200, up to 5. 9 fps shooting, zoom frame assist, story highlights and self-portrait mode. It's designed to be rugged, waterproof to 20 meters, and shockproof when dropped up to 1. 75 meters. It is colorful and easy to operate. I gave it to an 8-year-old who easily navigated the various menus and settings. The 5x optical zoom is easy to use, but not as sharp as some compact cameras, but it's good enough considering this camera retails at almost a third of the price. The 28-140mm lens is a good range for the amateur photographer. It is not the fastest lens at f3. f4.9, which is common to this range of camera, so playing with extreme depth of field isn't really an option. Image tones were on the cool side when compared with the warmer ones produced by other cameras in this range. The camera has automatic settings which anticipate the photographic settings you require, such as underwater macro, action camera, motion panorama 360, pro low light and my favorite party. There are advanced filters such as toy camera, sketch, and partial color. The impressive Pro Low Light mode takes 4 photos with a single shutter click, and then combines the best of to make a single superior shot with reduced blur and noise. The result is fun and looks great when posted on Instagram or Twitter. Using the same app as the Fujifilm X10, Fujifilm camera remote was so easy to set up and use. Verdict: a rugged, low-cost camera that the whole family can use easily and which produces cool images for posting to social media. Specs: 16.4 megapixels, Fujinon 5x optical zoom lens, 28-140mm, 35mm equivalent, water, shock, freeze and dust proof. Full HD 1080p video recording at 60 fps, 3-inch LCD monitor, built-in Wi-Fi connectivity, 10 fps, continuous shooting, cinematograph mode and interval shooting. This combines a classic retro style low-mo with an equally retro Polaroid style photo printer to create a fun all-in-one compact. There are some nice features. The optically superior glass lens is equivalent to a 21mm, making it ultra-wide for capturing scenes. For the self-conscious, the built-in flash creates fun, slightly overexposed shots, eliminating wrinkles and skin imperfections, so there's no need for digital retouching modes. The Automat Glass is the fastest instant camera in its range with an aperture of f/4. 5. Making it great to shoot in lower light conditions. Capturing correct exposures can be tricky though. The camera's plus and minus buttons are an exact science. And at more than $1 per photo, trial and error can get pricey. Even though controls are simplistic, you can still get creative using colored gel filters, the infrared remote and the splitzo, which allows multiple exposures on the same shot. There's a close-up lens which allows you to shoot as close as 0.3 meters, but it's a struggle to line up the viewfinder in proximity.